What's going on, shipmates? We are back at it in Apex. Girls, aka Apex. We are setting sail, coming back into it, showing you guys my progression so far, what I think of the game. Well, update on what I think of the game so far in its global version. Just another quick update. I have played this game before in SCA region. I already went over kind of the differences, stuff like that. In the comparison of the two in my last video when it initially went global about 2 weeks now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over some of the actually featured SSR Plus units. So I'm going to go into that and kind of go into how they switch things out, how that works. And other than that, let's get into it. So as you As you see here, it's in perks. We are, so this is today is number 9. I'm 9 days into logging in. This is great too. Let's say you log in, claim your AFK awards, jump out next day. You can still claim these. It builds up, stuff like that. The daily sign in. So this, of course, if you skip some, it's going to skip it for you. So 13 was today, so the game has been out for 13 days, so about 2 weeks. The ones with the check marks are the ones I've claimed. The other ones you can still reclaim. You know what, let's go ahead and do it so I can just show you guys. Costs 100 diamonds. You get it, it gets checked, whatnot, and then you keep going through the daily sign-in. So 2 weeks in, games, not too sure how the game's doing popularity-wise. I have seen quite a bit of more videos popping up on it. Just like, I guess there's been a lot of codes and stuff like that. So if you guys are into that, just YouTube search that. It comes up pretty quickly. Other than that, let's move over into the story. So combat power, I'll show you guys real quick. I'm at 56,000. I guess this is pretty much level wise where you want to be. Chapter 9 is at 50,000. I could probably run through the rest of chapter 9 and then start into chapter 10. Like I was saying before, I think I'm a little too far up, maybe getting past my combat power here a little bit, because I was at level 60 and probably like around the 180, 200,000 combat power, and I was in chapter 11, so that was not too much farther ahead than I am now. So definitely pace yourself, not too much, but kind of the way I've been doing this is that every time I go through a whole chapter, you get 10 free summons from going through a whole section. So I take that, I come back, I go down to the echo summons, and then I just kind of what I've been saving up to get through the chapter and everything else in dailies. You get quite a bit of rewards. It's pretty nice. Especially with the you get 10 when you log in, stuff like that. So I just go through, I summon all this, and I get a bunch of units, and then I go through and just pretty much soup them up. These are my top 5 right here that I'm using in my squad. I'm pretty much gonna switch her out. She's okay, not too bad. I just got Mia. I didn't get her the first time. I have seen quite a few teams use her, and she's not bad. She's a tank with healing and revive, as you can see here in the bottom left. So pretty much what her skills do is she gives health to people pretty much every turn. See here, she does damage equal to 40%, and then heals all allies for 3.5%. So pretty much her basic attack, she's healing. This gives more healing effect to her, increase in HP. The third skill that I just unlocked at level 80 for her, this is it here. Energy damage 125% to a single enemy unit, and then applies 7% max HP, and then also reducing energy damage by 7.5%. So not bad, but this one here is what really got me was upon receiving fatal damage. So pretty much when she gets knocked out, so she ends up surviving that with 30% of her max HP. So pretty much she gets knocked out and then she gets immediately revived with 30% max HP. So she pretty much lasts longer than everybody else. And then she gains this final damage reduction level 3. which is any other final damage being done to her is reduced by 20%. Ooh, excuse me. And then it applies Mark, which is a special status here, as you can see here, onto the left side. So pretty much she can't be debuffed during that time when she has the Mark. So pretty great unit. I've been using her. Not too bad. She's been working out pretty good. Next one is Katie. This is somebody else that I didn't use last time, which is a DPS unit. So let's go over her real quick. 70% of attack to all enemy units while getting rid of one of their bonuses that they have, the opposing team. Of course, pretty much every unit has this, where it's pretty much just added bonus stuff to themselves or the team. Each one is different depending on like the type of like their tank or DPS or healer. The buffs vary between those types of units. Let's see, this third one deals physical damage to 190% of attack to the enemy unit with the lowest HP. For each 1% decrease in the target's HP, increases the multiplier by 0.75% with a max up to 250%, which is crazy. So that's one of the main reasons why I picked her. Is like, that's pretty cool. So pretty much as you're fighting, and each time you're fighting, their HP goes down, your attack is going up. And then last but not least, after repelling enemies, she dispels 2 buffs from all enemy units. So taking away buffs from opposing teams. So if they're getting like shield, if they're getting, you know, attack bonus, all that stuff, she takes away 2 from them, which is, I thought, great. Now, I'm probably not, that's more, in my opinion, probably a PvP trait, which I'm probably going to be working on here soon. I'm in like the top 150 right now, but everybody else pretty much above me is like in the 100K, so I gotta like kind of focus and grind down here. But that's going to be more, like I said, PvP. For PvE, you're not really engaging much with teams like that or enemies like that. Maybe like some of the bosses and some things like that, where they give out, you know, effects and stuff like that to your team. That will help there. Layla. So pretty much, just a side note, I almost have a completely different team than I did the first time. These are units I got from completing the story. I'll show that here in a minute, because I do have one that I need to pick next. But I did end up picking her, and I have gotten her again in the summons. So I said, well, you know what? I already broke through her once. Her star level's at number 2, which increases her skills. So pretty much by level 100, you unlock all 4 skills. And then what you do is to increase the level of those skills to make them better. You get the dupes, and you break through. So since I already got her once, as you can see here, they're all at level 2. So I was like, you know what? She's decent. She's a good tank. She does give shield. We'll go over these real quick. Physical damage, 50% of attack to all enemies. AoE unit. Right there, gains a shield equal to 5% of self max HP, which is not affected by shield bonuses. This shield lasts for 2 turns. So that was great. Of course, those are the bonus stats. Deals physical damage equal to 150% of attack to an enemy unit with the highest speed. Speed is okay in this game, not too much. As you get obviously higher in levels and stuff like that, that plays into part. Especially PvP side, not too much PvE. So that's where that lies. Applies deceleration to the target and then gains final damage reduction level 2 for 2 turns. Oops, that was one I just picked. And the last one, start of the battle reduces speed of all enemy units by 15%. So definitely more of a PvP unit focus, but she had good skills or good stats here. So, and like I said, I already got her twice. So as I was going through beginning of the game, I said, why not? I'm gonna grab her. And of course, Purgatory, I got her the first time. She's a great unit. I love her. I got her multiple times. She's just in my opinion, a pretty good unit that you get pretty early on that you can get. So let's go over her stuff real quick. So deals physical damage, 60% attack to all enemies with a 60% chance of applying Ignite, which reduces crit rate by 2.5%. Deals damage equal to 20% of the afflictor's attack after completing the action, ignoring armor for 2 turns. So pretty much the Ignite crit rate gets reducted, and they're getting hit every turn by 20. On top of that, on 20%. Afterward, gains Scarlet Flame, which is increasing armor by 20%. When attacked, there's a 70% chance of inflicting Ignite on the person who's attacking them. So pretty much, this final storm is trying to get everybody ignited to have this debuff on every single enemy. Ooh, excuse me. Scarlet Flame also gets added to the unit to an ally, so it's someone on your team with the highest attack. And then giving Flaming Bond, which is reducing single target damage by 50%, and then sharing 30% of the damage taken with Purgatory for only 2 turns. So that in mind, when it comes to the gear aspect and the equipment, definitely looking onto a more HP. And then here, her bonus is HP by plus 25%. So she's already kind of going in that direction. So it's always good to help out. Since she has that possibility of taking that damage from other units for 2 turns. Third skill, physical damage equal to 125% of attack to a random enemy. If a unit afflicted with Ignite is hit, which the goal is to have the whole team, gains a shield equal to 50% of self max HP for 2 turns. Now I have seen this activate. I've seen it activated on her, and then whoever has the Scarlet Flame also has the opportunity to gain that shield, or has that same thing, because I have seen it happen to where she attacks and then her and somebody else on my team gets the shield immediately. So keep that in mind if you do have her, or if you do want to try her out. And then lastly, the Blazing Decay. After completing the action, restores 4.5% of HP. The amount of healing is increased by 5% for each enemy unit afflicted with Ignite. So, giving everybody Ignite, it's increasing by 5% here with the max. What is there? 30%, 30 plus 4.5, 34.5. That's a lot. That's a lot of HP coming back. And if there are enemies afflicted with Ignite, basic attack and single target skills ignore marks and prioritize targets with the Ignite. So, all in all of her skills are acting in with each other. Not only that, shield to herself, shield to possibly another unit, and then the other unit also having these same effects on them as well. So, one of my favorites so far. I haven't played too much with the SSR pluses because the first time I ran through the game, I didn't really get that much of a chance to get any, really. But pretty much we have all of the SR, all of the Rs, a few SSRs, but there's still quite a bit, as you can see here, to go through. All right, so that's kind of that. My team kind of in an overlook there. The crazy draw, this is what I was talking about. So as you can see here, as you progress through the story, so this is chapter 1, sub 30, chapter 3, 30. So pretty much as you complete each section of the story, you get a free select or summon in a sense. So pretty much I just finished 730, I'm at 9-1. So these are the 4 that part. So pretty much what it is, it's one of each faction, and it's a 10 draw, and the random SSR is there that pops up. So not this one. Didn't really like any of her skills. Single target DPS was okay. I did use her before in my first run for just a little bit. She is a poison unit. So a lot of her skills give poison effects, stuff like that. So damage over time, which not really my type of playstyle, but if you're into that, or if you like those effects, she's the one to use. I have not used Carafe here, so we'll take a quick look. Energy damage 110%, all enemy units, ignite once again. Crit damage taken increase in 10%, max of 30%. Wow, that's a lot. 40% plus 30%. Or is this supposed to be? I think this is max. Anyway, scattering fireworks. Energy damage 160% of attack, single enemy. Ignite again. Attack guaranteed to crit. Okay, so she's guaranteed to crit. Dealing energy damage with 100% of attack to all others. Oh, okay, wow. That's not bad. So she attacks. If the enemy has ignite, it's an automatic crit hit. And then everybody else that has ignite gets 100% attack of energy damage. Not bad. Heart of Blaze. So I'm pretty much, I don't know, I'm kind of like all over the place in this video. I didn't really get a chance to like form a good plan. Sorry about that, guys. So just bear with me as I'm kind of bouncing all over. But anyway, I'm kind of thinking of someone to replace, I think it was Layla, which is, like I said, more of a PvP unit. I'll probably keep her for those PvP instances as I get further along into that. But oh wait, okay, so yeah, anyway, back to this. Start a battle against 3 stacks silent block. Okay, not considered a debuff when silence. Interesting. Lasted for the entire battle. For each enemy affected with ignite, increases crit rate by 4% and crit damage by 10%. If enemies afflicted with ignite, basic and single target skills, ignore marks. Alright, so this is interesting. Very, very interesting. She could work really well with Purgatory. Because what is he, 3 out of her 4 skills increase crit rate, crit damage, and then igniting everybody at the same time, which helps not only her, but it would help Purgatory. Well, she might be the one I pick. Just maybe. I think she does work really well with Purgatory. Now, the other one is Heather. Heather I did use my first time run through, so that's why I was kind of leaning toward. Looks like another crit DPS. Quick look. I don't want to make this video too long. 2 enemy units, lower HP, gains another bonus, increased crit rate. Okay. About the same. Deals physical damage equal to 120%. Attack to 2 enemy units, lowest HP. Increases the chance of counterattack by 50%. Allies attack has a 27.5% chance to counterattack. Okay. If it's a basic attack, she has a 60% chance to counterattack, dealing damage equal to 120% of Heather's attack to the attacker. The fewer the enemies there are, the higher the damage bonus, up to 50%. I guess so. She's pretty much counterattacking. If you hit her, she hits back. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carafe. All right. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this is gonna work with Purgatory. So the next one will be at 9:30, and then once you hit that and go past that, that's it. Those are the you only get 200, as you can see here. That you hit. So once you hit 9:30 past that, that's the last 10 you get. So we're pretty much there. Let's do these quick 10. Okay. She's somebody that's already been popped up from Misomis. I did use her the first run through. Muir. Oh, well, you guys know who I'm gonna pick. You guys already know who I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Purgatory. Why would I waste a chance to skill her up and get her skill level even better? Crit boosting, healing over time, healing. Attack is really low, so didn't go with her because I've seen her pop up before. I did use her the first time only because I got her multiple times really early on in the game. So I was able to use higher levels of her skills, but I already have pretty much a few different tanks, and then once again another poison type unit, which I don't really play with too much. So do I have to wait? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I think I'm confused myself. All right, so we'll get through that. All right, really quick, let's go over the actual SSR Plus summon. So obviously in Echo, if you dabbled in the game a little bit, this is the section where you do your regular summons. After you do about 200 or 150 regular summons, you open up the wish list. Wish list you can change any time of day. You can pick, there are a few of the SSR rare ones, not SSR Plus, but SSR rare, which are a different category than the pluses, that you can pick from in here. I picked these two because these two right now are my main carries that are kind of helping me get through the story and everything. So I picked those two. It resets every day. So if you get them both today, then tomorrow it resets, and then you have another chance. Your wish list resets. Some games do it once a week or something like that. This one is pretty much every day it switches. So this is the regular. Up here up top, limited echo. Now this one has not changed since the game has started. This one I believe is always going to be these four. I think so. I'm not 100% sure because, excuse me, this also happened the first time, or in the SEA. Oh, excuse me, man. In the SEA version. Now, once I had actually picked Moraine. And once I picked her, this changed, and then it started changing every week to different. It went down from 4 to 2, and then it started changing every week or every 5 days, whatever the rotation is. So I haven't done that yet because I don't have enough to guarantee the unit, which is really great. Side note that these units are guaranteed. The pity is 50, and it's 100% pity, which is absolutely amazing. I don't like the 50/50s because, as you guys can see, if you saw my Echo video, kind of got screwed on that one. Moving on. So out of these four, real quick, I mean, I do like this little 4 detailed section. These are the SSR pluses. So you got Ignite, Scorch, Nerf, Crit, Healing. Like I said, I don't really use healers too much, but they are part of the essential 3 to kind of get through your game. I kind of sub an actual healer for other units that do healing in general and shields. That's kind of my workaround for it. That's just how I play. Combo single DPS mass boost initial healing. Renee is crit damage, buff supplier DPS. That seems very interesting. And then of course Parissa, I almost said Parissa. AoE DPS, interesting. Control energy nerf. Now, let's take a quick look. Okay, energy damage 80%. AoE, 80% chance of applying Starfall, which is reduces energy damage dealt by 25% and decreases speed by 5% for 2 turns. Okay, sounds like a PvP unit. Wow, 50% in attack. That's a lot. That is a lot of buffs. 1 debuff, interesting. 2 debuffs. Okay. Energy damage equal to 100% of attack to 2 enemies. Astral Burst 3 on targets affected with control or poison. Okay. Control is stun, silence, burn, lure, decelerate, fear, and starfall. So she applies starfall. And then poison. I just. Does she give poison? Astral Burst. Let me look at this again. Oh, so she applies Starfall to everybody on the enemy team. So when she does this skill, everybody with Oh wait, no, Starfall isn't on here. This is Astral Burst. Oh no, Starfall right there, control. Okay, so yeah, so everybody 75% chance of applying. Oh, okay, of applying the Astral Burst, which is after a unit takes action, she deals energy damage equal to 20. Oh wow. Okay, let me break this down real quick. I think I might have changed who I'm gonna use. So first skill, apply Starfall 80% damage to the whole team, enemy team. Obviously this is buffs. Third skill, everybody has Starfall. She uses it. Now everybody who has control. So okay, so first of all, I'm going all over the place, starting over. First of all, energy damage equal to 100% of attack to two random enemy units. And then after that, there's a 75% chance to apply Astral Burst level 3. Now, Astral Burst level 3 is that after that unit takes action, Pricia deals damage 125% to all enemies. So what it's saying is that for each unit that you're fighting against that has Astral Burst, after they attack, there's a 100% chance. So after they attack, Pricia is automatically doing 125% damage to everybody. So she's constantly doing AoE damage to the whole team. That is when the enemy units have this Astral Burst effect applied to them. Now, so pretty much I like that a lot. So pretty much she's attacking every other. So somebody hits, she hits everybody. Someone else hits, she hits everybody. But of course, it's only with people who have the Astral Burst. But everybody beginning her first skill has Starfall, which is the control, which is a prerequisite in order to get Astral Burst. So everybody has a chance of getting that. But the thing is, every time she does this, it's at least 2. So 75% is pretty high. So every time she does it, I mean 2, it means maybe round 6, 7, you could probably get the whole team every time they're attacking. She's attacking. I don't know if I explained that right, if I lost you guys, but essentially, her first skill gives everybody a effect, and then when she does her Enchanting Prayers attack, there's a 75% of chance of affecting 2 people with Astral Burst. And then those units with Astral Burst, after they attack, Pricia attacks everybody again. Moving on. When an ally applies a control on an enemy for the first time in a battle, Pricia permanently gains 10% damage bonus. This state cannot be dispelled, and the max number of stacks is 6. Wow. So when somebody else applies one of those, interesting. I wish Ignite was on there. Oh man, I really do. Alright, so quick look at Moraine. She is the one I used. Physical damage to 120% to lowest HP, gains attack. Oh, that's right. She gives attack increase 25% or 20%. I'm sorry. The attacker target is lower than 20%, increases damage by 100%. So okay, I do remember. 50% again. Guaranteed to trigger after a basic attack. Caster's attack, lowest HP, gaining swift level 2 to all allies. This skill is a combo skill that has a chance of triggering after a basic attack. So, okay. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so Moraine and Pricia are opposites. Pricia gives all the effects to the enemy team Moraine gives them to your team. Your team gets the buffs and attack and stuff like that, where if somebody else has the effect, she attacks again. And that's what the combo is. Pricia gives effects to the enemy team, and when they attack, she attacks everybody again. In my opinion, out of these four, Pricia. Let's try it. Nope. Oh, nope. 6 more. And then this one, also for these, you cannot use your, what you call it? Your gems. You can't use your gems here. Your diamonds, my fault, to summon here. So I'm going for her. I got 30 more. Damn. Okay, so moving on. This is the advanced one. This one does change. This is 2 selected. I've already kind of looked these over. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm getting, excuse me, long into it. Out of these 2, I picked Vanessa. She has a higher base skills. So when it comes to combat power, she's at 111, and Solicia is only at 107. And then these, I will say the advanced ones, these very, very much harder to get the advanced ones than the regular, the one I was just in. But in this store, you do have 2 chances of, you have to spend 6,000 of your gems or your diamonds to buy 20 summons. I don't know how long it takes for that to reset. It might be every time this feature gets reset, that store probably resets. It's up for 5 days. I did see this yesterday, so after 4 days it'll switch to 2 new units. Other than that, shipmates, that's about it. I'm gonna end it with some summons. Let's see who we get. We get anybody cool? Anybody? We get any dupes? Oh, is that Mia? That's Mia. Bam. Can we get Purgatory? Then I could get 2 Purgatories. Oh, no, that's not her. Selena. All right, last one. Oh, yeah, buddy. All right, we got it. Purgatory. Awesome. That's it for this video, guys. Game's pretty good. Game's pretty fun. It's like I said, it's easy. Oh, what happened? Did I use them all up already? Dang, 30? Wow. Sorry, I get a little distracted. Game's easy to progress. It's pretty much like I said, you AFK. The rewards, stuff like that, the stuff to experience and stuff to level up your units. So pretty much if you go in, claim that every day, do a little bit of story, do a little bit of all the events, do the dailies. Every couple days you can jump 20, 30 levels pretty easily. And then, in fact, I can show you right here. I've collected for 2 days. I haven't leveled anybody up then. I'm at 2 million experience, 3.3 thousand, and this here, the purifier metal is used to get them through the next. So here, I'll show this real quick because I'm gonna up her anyway. So 5 levels, she's at 100. So for me to break through to get to the neck, to break through this 100, I need 1.5k of the metals, which I do. And once I do that, hit 100, you break through, and then here your star level, the max level she can go is 180. And then to keep going, you get obviously more dupes and level and increase their start level. Yeah, that's it, shipmates. Thanks for watching. Long video. I kind of went a little bit more in depth into the game. Didn't really go over it much as the adventure arena or the sanctuary stuff. My best advice is just to keep leveling up, because certain areas are locked by level. But it's pretty easy. Like I said, when you claim these, you get pretty decent amount of actual experience to level up your account as well. I think I got through 30 pretty quickly just by mainly just checking in and claiming the AFK awards at the max level. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't want to make this video too long. I gotta get out of here. I gotta let you guys go. Fair winds following seas. Have a good one, Shipmates.